welcome to today's live stream. Not too late this time, 8 minutes past 9. If you're wondering what this is and you don't know anything about me, my name is Fabian Holland. I'm a guitarist, singer, and songwriter from the UK originally, but I'm based in Berlin. And today I'm doing something slightly different. I'm building a pedal board. It's going to be super relaxed. Sometimes I get people rewatching the live streams and they say like, this is too long, too boring. But you know, it's a live stream and it's aimed at mainly my subscribers and people that kind of know me already. But if you're watching on the replay and you don't know me, then hi, welcome. You know, relax. It's a bit of a relaxed one. I got my Coca-Cola, obviously. We're keeping it PG. Jeej, welcome. You're always the first one. Good to see you. I hope it's good. Hope your weekend is going well. Actually, let me know that you can hear me. Okay. I'm at the last minute I decided to change up the settings a little bit, and I'm using this this lovely ribbon microphone. I need to kind of turn it up slightly on my headphones, but yeah, I need to make sure, obviously it's quite close to my face, and I need to make sure that the levels are okay. They seem okay, and my headphones and everything, all good, perfect, great. So as you can see, I have a webcam here, which is pointing towards my pedal board. So I'm just basically going to go through kind of each stage and kind of talk about bits and do some experiments, and maybe you can join me as well in suggesting certain things. I wish I had some more pedals to experiment with, to be honest. And I've just basically got the same pedals that I always use, but maybe I can experiment with different stuff. Things I'd like to get more is like maybe experiment with like compression pedals. This is something I like to experiment more with. Maybe some different kind of delay pedals. These sort of analog delay I'm really interested in. Maybe some chorus and flanger. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit out there. I've never been into sort of chorus and flanger. Definitely less flanger. But chorus, yeah, it could be interesting, you know, if it's subtle and if it's nice. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm literally just kind of building the pedal board. And as you can see, can you see that okay? Let me know you can see it. It's just on the top corner there. But I've got a thing where I can basically adjust it. And hopefully you can still be able to hear me if I do this. Can you still hear me? Yeah, I think you can. So this is like, I'll switch to this now and again. And then I can switch back. Maybe if I do the big one, I can do a little box of me. I can just add that in there as we're going. All right, so first thing I need, obviously, if you can see that, is kind of a cable. I'm just going to grab a cable. I've got bits of cables here. So I'm just going to kind of... This here, right, is the radial engineering, the radial PZ Deluxe, Tonebone Deluxe. And I think, you know, a lot of preamps at this sort of price range, I can't remember off the top of my head what this is. Definitely a couple hundred at least. But they've updated this version. But you know, there's lots of preamps. I would definitely suggest. So I wanted to talk about kind of what you need, what you feel, what you kind of really definitely need with an acoustic pedal board. I should have mentioned that at the start, that I'll be playing my acoustic guitar. So this is not for an electric board, you know. So let me just. I'm going to change the cable here. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's good. Just let me know in the comments. I'm not going to talk too much. First off, you know, I'm just going to look at the comments and we're going to decide as we're going here. Yeah, very clear. Cool. I'm experimenting with, maybe I'll use, I mean, this is a ribbon microphone, so I still need to be quite careful. But I thought I might try and experiment with dynamic microphones in the future. I haven't really got too many, but I can definitely get my hands on some. And, you know, this'll just, I'll be able to bring it a bit closer, and I wouldn't have to worry too much, you know, and it'll be very clear. Because where I am, you know, you can still kind of hear things going on in our flat. You know, it's I'm not like in a secluded studio somewhere. I'm just in a basement. So whenever I use like a sensitive microphone, you can always kind of hear things in the background, or I can at least. But this should be a little bit better because it's obviously closer, and had to turn it down a lot. I don't want to just talk about the microphone the whole time. I'm sure a lot of you have seen me use this. This is a No Hype Audio LRM2, it's a really nice ribbon mic. I'll talk about that in a bit, but. Oh yeah, true. A good isolated power supply should be first. That is true. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about that, but yeah, that is very, very true. I don't look at the power supply too much. I mean, I have my kind of power supply is kind of, as long as it's far away. I don't know. My one's okay. It doesn't cause me any trouble anyway. But I can kind of lift this, and you can kind of see the Tone Bone has its own power supply. You know, I'm using I'll talk about this, the MXR DC brick for the other pedals. But I'll talk about the basically the preamp first. These are brand new strings. I put them on yesterday, so it's going to sound very bright. And I wanted to have my my small diaphragm today as well, so I can kind of blend that in and kind of show you how that can kind of add to the sound as well. Hey Mississippi Blues, how's it going? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a little while, I feel. I don't know. Or maybe I just missed you on the live streams. Good to have you here. Compression, EQ, delay, reverb. Yeah, basic necessities. I'm still yet to explore with compression. I feel like I've missed a trick there. I don't know. I've seen a few people use compression pedals, and I feel like maybe I've missed out on all the years of not using a compression pedal. So I won't be able to kind of explore a compression pedal today, but definitely for the future. And if you have any advice, I know, Gij, I know I've asked you before about, you've recommended compression pedals before. I know that. All right, I should plug this in. So I'm kind of plugging it in as we're going, so please kind of excuse me. So I'm literally just plugging just straight in to the preamp. And then, so I'm going to go through each step and talk about what I'm doing. That's the wrong one. Okay. hear that? That's some level. I should talk about the guitar that I'm using and the pickup. The guitar is a Loudon 010 with cedar top and mahogany back and sides. It's a jumbo guitar, steel string guitar. And the pickup is a Pure Mini K&K, which has 3 contact pickups just underneath, basically underneath the bridge plate on the inside, which snakes to basically just a mono jack. So it's a passive pickup, so you always need some kind of preamp. And, you know, I find a lot of these preamps very, very similar. And as long as it has these basic main features, then, you know, then it's fine, then it's good. But I do like Radial, and I have used their DI boxes. They do really high-end DI boxes. Like they're built like tanks. They're really built to last, you know. So I kind of go over this, and this really is the basic setup, you know. I wouldn't just have this, although I have used in the past. I've just used like just gone straight into a DI box, if I'm honest. Not using this pickup. I had like a Sunrise sound hole pickup, and just going straight into a DI box, and then I would send it to front of house, and that's it. You know, it's it doesn't. If you want it to be that simple, then it really can be that simple. You know, but obviously, if you're going straight into a DI box, you're not going to have any control over the sound of what you've got. You know, you can't change the EQ, nothing. And that's what I was doing, but that was fine for me at the time. And I find myself sometimes going back to not always that stripped back. But I do like the idea of just using a microphone, and we'll talk about the microphone in a bit. But this basically has, maybe I'll switch to people that, if you can't see it very well, hold on, I can switch Bosch like that. What I'm going to do, give me a second, so you can still see my mug. Video to do. So I'm really sort of trying things out today. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hold on. Really, video capture device, yes. I'm like, I need to add existing. Maybe it's not becoming available. No worries. I'll move on. I'll try in a bit later. But so anyway, you can kind of see how it looks like in a large format. So we have, like, if you can see that, level, high, mid frequencies, and then low frequencies. And the mid frequencies is like a little parametric type thing where I can adjust the mid-range frequency. So I can adjust how loud that is, and then adjust the actual mid-range frequency itself. You know, if you can hear that. You know. So that's a little bit more control, you know, that I can do, which is nice. I'll just go back to here so you can see me. So that's really cool that they've got that, and that's obviously a simple preamp like this would have a simple EQ. G says, well, a cheap compressor to try out some compression. Get Moval Pandora. Okay, it's a clone of the Mura yellow compressor. Yeah, okay. All right. Which is itself a clone of the diamond compressor. I've seen those diamond compressors. They look really nice, actually. Okay. No blend knob. Okay. Yeah, that's... I guess that can be... It's nice to have a blend knob, for sure. But if it's cheap, you know, worth trying out. I definitely think it's worth trying out things with the cheap pedals first, you know, just to get used to it. Like, I didn't have a distortion pedal, and I bought this. I'm a bit embarrassed to say to everyone, it's a Behringer overdrive, vintage tube overdrive. I mean, it sounds okay, you know, for what I need it to do. It's built really badly. Obviously, I think it was like 20 euros or something. You know, I'm not going to probably use it for very long. It serves its purpose, you know. But I would definitely probably get a better distortion. Yeah. So talking about the preamp here. So if you're looking for a decent preamp, or a preamp that has what essential needs, I would say some kind of basic EQ. It's going to be basic stuff. Some kind of low cut filter is always handy, you know, so this kind of cuts out the bass there, and which is handy if I'm in a venue. You know, if you're listening with headphones, then you could have heard that, but you know, if you get feedback problems, then that's really handy. This is phase switch, you know, always handy having like a phase switch on, also the different outputs and different phase switch, so you can, especially if you have multiple outputs, and then like a ground lift, you know, things like this. It has simple mute, a boost button, and what else does it have? Has a DI out, so you can go directly out of here, DI to front of house if you want to do that, and then it has a tuner out, you know, and that's pretty much it. Very basic. The only thing it doesn't have is a send and return, effects send and return. That would be nice. That would really be nice. I think they also do like a stereo version of this, and then their stereo version, I think it has an effects send and return, you know, so you can create kind of a loop, and kind of keep this as your main, you know, so preamp, so it's going out and then back in, similar to what you would do with like an amp, you know. Can be really cool. Yes, that distortion is embarrassing, I know. I just confessed it to the world. Okay, those compressions about 20 euros. Nice. Mississippi Blues says, also use a Boss G7 EQ. There's a reason why it's on so many pros pedal boards. Yeah, those Boss ones are really good. I think I used one of them for a while as well. I'm going to talk about EQ, and I use a lot of parametric EQs, but the graphics EQ can be really handy as well. I find having different types of EQs, I mean, then you've got, then you know, you're going to have to have a bigger pedal board, have different EQs, but I think especially with acoustic, I don't know, I find I'm very particular about the sound. I really don't like pickups, the sound of most pickups, and I find like I need to really EQ it a lot, and the more control I have on the EQ, then the better. So this is like a very, very basic setup. If I was just using this then I would just I'd probably send the DI out to front of house, although sometimes the DI bypasses things like EQ and stuff. I don't think it does this. I haven't checked actually. But on other things, I found that the DI out directly from the preamp bypasses like effects and stuff like this. But I think this might not bypass the EQ. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's what I'd probably do to have the cleanest sort of signal to send to the sound person, and then I'd get them to put a bit of reverb on it probably. You know, that's what I did for years. I would just use like I used this like Sunrise sound hole pickup, and I used the Sunrise preamp as well, which was literally just a box, no controls, just in and out. And then I used a DI box. I can't remember which one I had. It might have been a Radial actually, DI box, and then front of house, and that's it. And I used that for years, which was fine. It did me, but I moved on from that. So that's basically the basic kind of preamp. I want to add some more stuff to this now because it's you know, it's just sounding a little dry. And I'm going to add some stuff. And then maybe I'll do a bit of a song or something. I don't know. Let me just mute this. What am I going to add? I think with this, I'll just add probably an EQ. I'll add there. By the way, as we're going here, let me know what your preamps are. If you use like an external preamp, if you use an internal preamp, does your pickup already have an internal preamp? Is it an active preamp pickup on your acoustic? This is acoustic, bear in mind. We're talking about and this is basically, you know, for anyone that's maybe rewatching this as well, this is like an in-depth thing of a pedal board. You know, if you really want to know how each thing, what my opinion is on each thing and how I set things up, then this will tell you for sure. Okay, and then I'll stick a reverb pedal on. I'm probably going to go for the AFX Acoustiverb on this one, or I could go for the Hoff Mini Hall of Fame by TC Electronic. That's also quite good as well. I don't know. We'll try the AFX to start off with. That's by Fishman, by the way. Did a video on that. I'll plug it in. And that's basically going to be my basic setup here. Hold on. Get this one. And I need. See, I'm literally building the pedal board on a live stream. I have no idea if this actually works. I should probably make sure I'm speaking to the microphone because I'm always bending down. Okay, here we go. So these ones, I'm using an MXR DC brick. I've had this for absolutely years, and I like this because it's really small and compact, and it gives me 8 9-volt outs and 2 18-volt outs if you require 18 volts. I never have just yet, but so it gives me a lot for the small sort of compact size. Yeah, you might be hearing like some pops or something. I don't know. I hope not. Maybe because, you know, whenever you're dealing with like power sources being plugged in, there's always unknown sounds that happen. Hold on. I need to change that. Okay. That works. All right. I'll just see what people are saying. What's going on? Mississippi Blues says, bearing and pedals are okay for the price, but because of the build quality, they're not really gigging pedals yet. No, I don't think I would ever gig with this. To be honest, I wouldn't worry too much if it did break at a gig. You know, I wouldn't be crying home. Let's put it that way. Hey Stephen, welcome to the live stream. Said I just started to use an Optima Air Nux. Optima Air Nux. I've heard of that somewhere. Is that a preamp? What is that? Let us know. I think it is a preamp, huh? But G says, I use a Fishman Platinum Pro Stage as a preamp for my JJB pickup. All my other pickups have built-in preamps. Yeah, nice. Those Fishman Platinum, I don't know, the Fishman Platinum Pro Stage. That sounds like it's pretty good though. Yeah, I mean, it's what else can a preamp have, you know? Let me know if your preamp has any other things, other features other than like EQ and low cut filters, phase switches, ground lifts, tuner out. Also, I should mention that it has a separate output for an amp and a DI. And I said, obviously, a boost, a mute. Having some send and returns, effects and returns is always good, is always useful, which this doesn't have, but I think the stereo version does. Just going to take a drink. Yeah, okay. Stephen says it's a preamp and a IR, or is that do you mean to say DR? DR? DI? IR? Sorry, I'm probably being really stupid. Not realizing what you mean. Anyway, let me know what you mean by that. Let's hear how this sounds. Now this is, I should say this one, what this one is, this is EQ is a para EQ. I should probably like unmute it, might help. So I have a specific way of doing things. This para EQ by Empress Effects. This is like one of their early models, and I got it cheap years ago. Empress Effects, really good pedal company based in Canada. But this one, it kind of causes me there's a few sort of, you hear that, something going on with the pot there. I think I need to get it replaced or something like this. But they're really good with that. They said usually you can just kind of send it back to them and they fix them. I can't bear to part with it because I'll be if I send it to Canada, it'll be away for a long time, you know. So I might get someone to just fix it here in Berlin. I don't know. But the only, yeah, it just kind of makes a bit of noise when I move it. But apart from that, it's perfect. And one of the things that I do, so I start with the preamp, and I kind of get the level that I want, and I do like a rough EQ, just very sort of basic and rough first. Get the kind of rough sound that I want, and then I basically go through and actually turn this up. I turn all of them up. And then I sweep through the settings, and actually I look for things that I don't like. So I'm basically looking for frequencies that I'm not happy about. So that's like a really basic, rough sort of thing that I would do there. Oh, I had the reverb on. Play us a tune, Fabian. Yeah. Exactly. I will. I'll play a tune now. Absolutely. Yeah, the pot probably needs a spray of contact. I've got contact cleaner. I went in and I sprayed it. I even took I took the whole like casing off and just drenched it in contact cleaner. Didn't help, unfortunately. So I just wonder if it's something with the actual pot, you know. I don't want to try and fix it myself because I know I'll just end up breaking it or something. I'll play a song now. I'll play a song. I'll do a song called Nobody's Fault But Mine by Blind Willie Johnson. I'll turn this mic on as well. This is the Neumann KM184. So that obviously adds a lot to it. Jeeves says you need to get the cleaner down the shaft of the pot to get inside. Ah, okay. Yeah, I can't remember whether I did that or not. This was a long time ago. This was like a year ago. 2 years ago. Can't remember when. Yeah. I'll have another look at it. Probably something I did wrong. I'll play this song first, and then we'll talk about it. So this is Nobody's Fault But Mine. Here we go.
taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's fault but sister, she taught me how to read. Sister, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Mother, she taught me how to read. Mother, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's hope but she taught me how to read. Mother, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Father, he taught me how to read. Father, he taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's hope but
that was nobody's fault but mine. I'll turn off the reverb. There we go. Yeah, so you can hear how just using a microphone just really completely enhances the sound, and that's what I like to do. So I would really recommend people to use some kind of microphone. It doesn't have to be an external one like this. You know, you can use internal microphones. And I can kind of show you how the difference, you know, between this is with the microphone off. Yeah. with the microphone on. You know, it's just kind of adding a little bit on the top end. So that's why I kind of like to just, the pickup is really to handle most of the bottom end. So, because when I'm playing live, you know, I can't, I'm literally using this same microphone when I'm performing live. And because I sit down when I play, I don't stand up. So it's easy for me to use this microphone in a live setting, just like this on a stand, you know. But obviously I can't, I'm not using headphones, I'm using monitors. So, you know, even though it's really good at rejecting the not picking up sound behind it and stuff, it's a cardioid condenser. It's still I can't have much low end in there at all, really. So the pickup kind of handles that, you know. Yeah. Okay. How we doing? All right. G says good quality pots can sometimes be opened up to get the cleaners in. Really? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if I want to. If I want to do that, open up the pot. Yeah. But we'll see. You know. It is quite annoying when I have that kind of scratch and stuff like this. Hi Vladimir, welcome to the live stream. If you just joined us, then I'm basically kind of just going through my pedal board and building it with you, and I'll be playing a few songs and this sort of stuff. I don't want to go on too late, you know. It's 10 to 10 here in Berlin. But what we've gone through, basically, I don't know if you can see that, I've got a small box up here, but I can make that bigger, and we go like this. Let me just try this again. There's definitely a way I can kind of put my face on this. I don't know if it actually makes any difference, but the webcam, I could mess this up. No, just put another webcam on it. Just put the same one. Yes. Oh, hold on. Oh, now I've messed it up. Oh, we got something wrong here. Hold on. I'll just keep with that one, shall I? Let's not make anything too complicated. All right. So I got these three, and this is, you know, basically preamp, EQ, and reverb. I would like to get a compression pedal, and maybe I can talk about that in a separate kind of live stream. But what I'd like to add now is basically the thing that I do with adding like another signal chain, basically. So what I do is I go out of the radial, I go out of the tuner. So you can kind of find these certain pedals have like an extra output, so it just doubles up the same signal, you know, exactly the same sound. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll try that. Hold on, I just need a cable that's a little bit longer. These things are really handy. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. These, oh, is it in focus? They're basically like a right angle. If you haven't got too many right angles, especially if you need one that's a little longer, I use these little adapters, and it's like a right angle jack that you can just stick, you know, and turn a cable into a right angle. You know, by the way, I'm not one of these people that likes to keep my pedal board all nice and neat and tidy, by the way, as you might have noticed. I'm not one of these people. Hold on. Obviously, it's a bit gets stuck with the Velcro, but this is a homemade pedal board, by the way, my own design. Thought I was pretty proud of myself. Maybe I'll do another sort of pedal board build video. I don't know if I'll do that, if people want that. Some people have asked for that, and I haven't actually got round to building another one yet. But maybe if I do, then I will do that, show you how I built this. All right, so we're going to have another signal, and then we're going to have... I sometimes have another EQ on there, so if I want to alter that, I'm not going to do that right now. Let's stick like a delay pedal on there. Something like this, you know. This is the Echo 1 Electro-Harmonics delay, just like a digital delay. Hold on, I'm still hearing a bit of reverb on my end. There we go. What type of patch cables? Any patch cables I can get my hands on. To be honest, I'm not I'm not too fussy about patch cables, although I probably should be a little more fussy. I have like I don't know if I could even tell you the name of the patch cables. They're like these sort of cheap ones that I buy. And then these ones slightly more expensive with like metal ends. But I don't go for like really expensive ones, but these have kind of lasted me, you know. Let me know if you recommend any decent patch cables. I heard about, what do people think about solderless patch cables? I've heard that they're not too, you can't, what's the word? You can't rely on them too much. I don't know. I haven't used them. I've just heard this. Anybody got experience with like solderless ones? I don't know. I know how to solder, so I would just probably make them myself if I could be bothered. But you know, I just kind of get these cheap ones. Geej says, I spent most of the day recabling my drone ambient board with solderless. Okay, I usually use soldered or ready-mades. Yeah. So okay. So how was that? Let us know how that was. How was the solderless? Does it work? I mean, I know it's easy, right? That's the whole point, that it's easier to do, and you just kind of twist them, right, or something. But do they sound better? Do they... A bit of a pain in the bum. I'll stick to soldered. Okay, yeah. They look nice, and but I've heard they can be a bit of a pain to kind of like screw in and stuff. I don't know. All right, what am I doing here? Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't want to build the whole thing and then do it. I want to kind of go step by step. So this is now. I want to add a volume pedal to this. So this is what I like to do. So this is my volume pedal, the Layla. I love it. It's my favorite pedal. It is. The Layla active volume pedal is just, it's a really nice pedal. And it doesn't use any pots or anything like that inside. It's a magnet and a sensor, so it basically kind of, there's very little that can go wrong with it, you know. I found with a lot of other volume pedals, it's like, it's not as smooth in terms, not in the feeling, but in terms of the volume, how much you're getting, you know. It's like, it's usually with a lot of cheaper volume pedals, it's like nothing, 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 and then just towards the end, it's like, oh, lots, 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 really full, you know, which I don't want. I want something to this. You can just have a little bit, and you can have a lot. I'm not expressing my words very clearly here. You can move it a little bit, and then you can get a lot of volume out of it if you want. So you can adjust it. You can adjust the gain and how much you want it to react, you know, which is really useful. So it's super sensitive, and you just have lots of control over it. Okay. G says you have to check them individually for continuity as you do them. We're talking about the patch cables. I use Ernie Ball or make my own soldered cables, says Mississippi Blues. About 1 in 3 didn't work first time. That's annoying. Okay, so if they don't work, you have to kind of like undo them and do them again. Or you went on the Layla website after my video. I want just about everything they make. Yeah, they make some really nice switch pedals and volume pedals and stuff like this. By the way, I'm there's, if anybody is interested, I'm going to there's a guitar summit in Mannheim in Germany in September, which I'm going to go to. If anybody is interested in going, you know, can meet up there. It's going to be fun. I'm quite excited, and Layla are going to be there. So yeah, that'll be fun. Let me just set this up. So what I do, I'm just going to set this up with just the delay so I can make it as simple as possible. I need power as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to power up the delay. Hopefully, maybe I have to mute things. And let me mute things first off. Just because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, that works. And then I need to get power all the way down to my foot, which is always tricky. And I guess a little tip maybe, if you're struggling with that, I get these. So I got some longer cables here. These are about the longest I can find. Can anyone manage to find any really long of these? You know, the power cables that go from the power source to your pedals. I only managed to find like, I guess this is a meter, maybe not even that. I'm not sure. This was like the longest I could find. So I use this. I plug this in. Let's plug this in first. This is not gonna be pretty, this board, by the way, by any means. And then I'm gonna just chuck that down there. I have to kind of go under a bit. And I'm gonna plug into my Polytune. This is a Polytune TC Electronic Polytune. Had this for years as well. This is really good. See if it can focus. There you go. Ah, no. That's it. Really nice. What tuners do you use? Let me know in the comments. And this is, what's really cool about this, it has an in and an out in terms of the power. I don't know if you can see that. So it has the power has power in and then power out. So it kind of passes on the power to another pedal, which I'm using here. So I'm kind of using it like an extension to power my volume pedal, because obviously right now I have my pedal board up high on a chair and my volume pedal, you know, down low, so it's quite far away from it. I guess if I was playing, my volume pedal would be closer to my pedal board, so maybe it wouldn't be a problem, but in this case it's a bit more of a problem. G says, does the Layla volume pedal take batteries? It doesn't. No, it doesn't take batteries. You use the batteries in your Morley volume to avoid extra cables. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Not that I'm aware of. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I would have known by now. Battery lasts for years, really. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, no. You use a Korg pitch black poly. Oh yeah, the tuner, the Korg one, yeah. Korg has a power out too, but it's very noisy. Really? Okay. No, I haven't found that this is particularly noisy at all, the poly tune. I'm just going to plug this in and then we'll see if it works. So I'm going from the Electro Harmonics Echo 1. I'm just going to randomly plug in any cable. I'm going to go into the Layla. And then we're going to go out to, if I can find it, it's too many cables. All right, let's see if this works. So I should have some delay. Yes. So just talking about a delay, Gish was saying that you use delay in terms of like just thickening up the sound. Is that right? Was it you that said that, Gish? So I thought that I'd experiment with that a bit. So you literally just put it on the shortest delay time. I guess that's not anything, is it? Or a little bit higher. So it just kind of doubles it up. I don't know, I'd have to do a test and turn it off. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to experiment with that a little bit, I think. But I like to use, I have to say, I'm not a fan of using delay in like a big part of a song, you know, of like using it. I'll keep the feedback down so it doesn't go on too very long. I mean, it can be fun, you know. Don't get me wrong, it can be fun doing stuff like that. It is a lot of fun. But obviously, because I have the volume connected, hold on, I haven't got the other signal turned on. That's why it's changing so much. One sec. There we go. So that's the original sound. So this is now what you're hearing is no delay. You're hearing the preamp, the EQ, and the reverb. So I have kind of two signals here. You can think of it like the bottom shelf of the pedal board is like the dry, even though it's not dry, but the simple setup. And then you can think of whatever I put on the top here as like the wet signal, you know. So I can bring, and this is the top signal is connected to the volume pedal. So I go, the volume pedal is last, you know. So whatever I go through, you know, the volume pedal controls it at the end. So it's like a master volume. So I can kind of bring that in and out whenever I want. Yeah. So G says, yeah, very short slapback type delay sound. You can't really hear it as a separate sound. Yeah. Now that's really interesting to kind of use that as like a thickener, like a slapback sort of thing. And the cool thing about this is it has a blend, so I can turn it down. Let me try. I'm gonna try and get that other screen up so I can make it a bit bigger. Hold on. Oh no, just went there. 1 sec. It's just gonna go black for 1 second, and then it's gonna come back. 1 second. All right, you should be able to hear me now, and then I'm just gonna add the webcam, and then you should be able to see it a bit bigger. There we go. It's upside down. See, this is what happens when when you try things that you're not experienced with. There you go. Live on a live stream. But, you know, we got to try before we're ready, haven't we? Sometimes. So yeah, you should be able to hear me. Good. Yeah. So this is a little bit better. You can kind of see. So the delay, you know, has a blend. So kind of keeping it, like G says, was like. Yeah, it can kind of thicken it up. That's an interesting way to use delay, because I always struggle with that. And then I can go back to this one, and then you see me. All right. So let's add something to this. Here we go. Let's make it a bit more interesting. Let's add distortion. Why not? Add a distortion. Or actually, shall I? Maybe I'll do. G says, I use volume pedal first in the chain. Sound doesn't touch the reverb and delay. That's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. I was actually thinking, like, do I use the volume in first in the chain or last in the chain? Because then it would affect if it's last, it would affect the what's happening, right? Like the tail of everything. Maybe I'll try putting it first now. Maybe I'll try that. You know what? I'm not gonna put the distortion in. I'm gonna use the blue sky. Just the blue sky. And we're gonna plug the blue sky in. This is a reverb pedal, obviously. Use a cable. And just whack it straight in. But I'm gonna, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the volume pedal first. Because you know what? I think that's probably what I actually do. I just got a little confused or something. I don't know. It would make sense, wouldn't it, to have the volume pedal first. So let me try that. So now I'm going to take this out. So this is where this thing comes in handy. Let me show you. Show my screen, not my screen. No, this one. This little thing, this little gadget comes in handy because it's sometimes really awkward to get in there. So you can just kind of have this right angle with like a female jack there. And then you can, if you need to switch things out, it's really easy to be able to do that. So that's what I'm going to do is... I always get really confused when there's too many cables and stuff going on. Here we go. All right, so the volume pedal is going to come straight from the preamp. Preamp, and then it's going to go from the volume out is then going to go to the input of the delay. Here we go. So now, oh, you can't hear me when I'm not near the mic. Sorry, yeah. That's one of the drawbacks of having a mic that I wanted close up to hear. I'll try and make sure that when I'm talking, I'm near the mic. I should use, you know what I should use when I'm doing stuff like this? I should use one of these, like, what are they called? You know, these microphones that attach to your headphones or something, you know? When I'm like moving around and doing lots of things, going under to plug things in. Okay, so it should work now. So let's have a look. Let's see. So this is what you're hearing is just the delay and the blue sky. And you know, at the moment what I'm using the delay for is just to kind of enhance the reverb, you know. I've experimented a bit. Let me know if you've experimented with using delay after reverb or before the reverb. I quite like using it before the reverb because then the reverb is kind of affecting that repeated delay, you know, so you can just kind of get some a bit more crazier sounds. But I do like the blue sky, and one thing I have to say with any reverb, I'm just going to turn off the delay for a second. With any reverb, it has to have some kind of EQ. here. So these are the EQ here. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's just a webcam there, but you have high damp and low damp on this, and I really like to use them. So if you have the high damp all the way, you know, this sort of reverb can sound great, but it does sound very unnatural, and I much prefer a lower sounding reverb with acoustic, at least. Depends on what sort of sound I want, you know, but a lot of the time that to me sounds nicer and warmer than like this, you know. Kind of sounds a bit unnatural, so I still like to have it fairly natural sounding, and have it low sounding. But with anything that's going up here on the high shelf, the wet sound, you know, it's gonna be like more extreme stuff, you know. So the idea with this is that the volume pedal kind of controls that. Yeah, and like G said, that is a good shout with having the volume pedal first, because then obviously I'm affecting what goes into the reverb there, you know. I'm not affecting the last thing. I'm not affecting the tail of the reverb itself, you know. That can kind of keep on going, you know. But I would never have just this. So now I can bring in the other signal and then kind of have these two things together. So I can use that volume pedal to bring in the kind of the extra effects when I want to, like the delay and the Strymon Blue Sky. Sense. Definitely time for a tune. Let me do a tune. All right. By the way, if you have any questions regarding any of this and anything else, to be honest, then just let me know. Now's the time, actually, the perfect time to ask questions whilst I'm doing a song. So this is going to do a song called Mad Eric, and this is about I grew up in a small town in England, and this town had its own sort of crazy guy. Well, we thought he was crazy as kids, but I don't know if he actually was. Maybe he was just a bit eccentric, or maybe he was just drunk all the time. I don't know. But we called him Mad Eric as kids, and we probably picked on him a little bit. But I decided to write a song about him. So now I've got the KM184 turned on. So here we go. This is Mad Eric.
himself with a crutch at his left hand. He walks with his held. Ain't got no money, can't afford nothing else. Drinks all day, falls over himself. Searching around these streets he roams, and people's phone change. It's cold outside, I need a home. It's pouring down with rain. Harry don't have no home, no money, no job, nowhere to go. No woman, not sanity, and this ain't funny, cause half of it you don't know. Yeah, they call him Mad Eric when his kids walk by, cause it shouts and fists the sky. Crazy old man, they call him, but why? Crazy old man, they say. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. You'll find it hard to go. You're hungry, cold, tired, and broke. Every day's the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. Play the blues, you know. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. You're hungry, cold, tired, and broke. Every day's the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. Play the 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 blues, you know. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. You're hungry, cold, tired, and broke. Every day's the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go. Go, Eric, go. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, play that blues, play that blues, I play that blues, play that blues, play that blues, play that blues, and play that blues, and play that blues, play that blues, play that blues, I play that blues, play that blues, play that blues, and play that blues. And play the blues, you know. 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 Play the blues.
And that was Mad Eric. Hope everyone's doing well. If you just joined us in the live stream, we're talking about pedals for acoustic guitar. And I've just been setting up my pedal board, and I just have kind of a few pedals left, but you know, I don't need to put all the pedals on. And I've kind of gone through how I set things up and how I use this, so you can hear hopefully in that song what I was doing. And I was using the volume pedal to control these two effects here, which is the delay and the reverb. And I have kind of a stereo setup. So I'll turn off this microphone here so you can hear it a bit better. So what you're hearing now is just these three here. If you can see that, let me just try that again. These three here, the preamp, the EQ, and the reverb. That's kind of like my dry. And then these other two are the ones that are kind of controlled by the volume pedal, because I use the tuner out on the reverb to kind of create another signal. And so you can hear that now when I bring it in. You know, if I kind of go extreme, then you'll be able to hear it a lot better. Hold on. You know, that's quite extreme. That's going really ambient and really wild, but you know, it gives me, using that volume kind of allows me to bring that in and out, you know. Just an example. So what I want to do last is, let me have a look at some of these. Many Vibes is joined. How's it going? I'll just have a look at some of these questions. Gigi says, whereabouts from England are you? Obviously the south, from your accent. I'm originally from Sutherland, centre of the universe. Oh, Southend, centre of the universe. I'm from a town called Farnham in Surrey, near sort of Surrey, Hampshire area. Yeah, it's southeast sort of way. That's where I grew up. Yeah. Better late than never. Only 5 pedals. Yeah. At the moment, we'll see how it goes. But I don't know how. I don't think I'll be able to go on for too long, because it's 10:30 right now in the evening. But we'll see. We've done lots of talking. Yeah, absolutely. I've kind of gone through each stage and kind of done an example. This is what I wanted to do, is do like an example of how things sound with just that one pedal, and then how things sound with just the EQ, and then how things sound with just the reverb, you know. And now we're on to kind of this stereo setup, which is what I like to do. But I wanted to try using this volume pedal at the end, and how that at the end of the signal and how that affects things, just to see what difference that makes. So basically, having the volume pedal before these two pedals here, before the delay and before the reverb, obviously I can't control the tail, right? You know, with that volume pedal. The thing I would be able to do is to control that tail, but not necessarily the input. You know, so I think it wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, we talked about compression pedals. I haven't explored compression pedals, which I feel kind of like I've missed out. I'd like to explore them. This is something that maybe I'll do at another live stream, you know, kind of exploring compression pedals. But I think the compression would probably be one of the first ones going into the EQ maybe, or something like this. You're trying to convert me, yeah, absolutely trying to convert me to compression pedals. I'm interested. The tail, I mean the sustain, yeah, exactly. Like this sort of sound, you know, of the reverb. I'll turn the delay off so we know what we're talking about. It's that sound, yeah, the sustain, you know, of the reverb. I'm just gonna wire that up and see how that sounds, and see how that's different, and whether that is something that I feel like I would want to control or not. It probably wouldn't work. But, you know, that's what all this live stream is about. You know, it's all very informal, and I don't know what I'm doing really. All right, so we'll try it. I just need to mute. I need to make sure that I'm speaking into the microphone, because it's I've got it turned down quite low, so it picks up my voice quite well. I don't want it too far away, because it might pick up the sound of, you know, other things in people in my flat, but or other sounds, you know, if my son wakes up suddenly and shouts down or something. I don't know. Let me try this. I need to get my head around this now, of using this. All right. So I'm going to unplug this. I'll just put that on mute. I'm going to get this cable back. So I'm going to plug now the preamp directly into the delay here. So it's I'm talking about the tuner out. I'm going from the tuner out. Maybe I'll do like a big screen on this so we can see it a bit better. Tuner out into the delay. That goes into the reverb. And then I want this one to go to the volume pedal. So I'm going to unplug this. And I want... Hold on. So now, I always get myself confused whenever I do things like this and experiment, because it's just like the floor's full of cables. You can't really see it in this, but because of this volume pedal, I have to have longer cables and shorter cables. Let me change the view. There we go. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Just confused myself a little bit there. Okay. Unmute everything. Yeah, okay, so it's kind of like I expected. So everything I'm playing now, what you're hearing is just these three pedals. So like my wet, let's call this the dry signal, which is just the preamp, EQ and reverb, like the standard sound. And then if I bring in the volume pedal, that will bring in these two, but then the volume pedal is at the end of everything now, so yeah, it doesn't work in the same, it's not as subtle, I think. It just feels like it's like lots of reverb and then kind of nothing, even though there is reverb here, but yeah, no, I don't like it. I much prefer it at the beginning. Sorry, I just wanted to try that. Many Vibe says, Fabian, have you played with modular pedals and mode? It's not modular. What is that? Modular. Is that a make? What is that? I'm guessing that's a make. I haven't. No, I haven't. Have you? Are they any good? Let us know. G says, I love fuzz. Who finds reverb annoying there? Someone finds reverb annoying. Reverb can get annoying quick, but it's magic. Yeah, I think if you overdo reverb, I think reverb can be overdone a lot, I guess, you know. It's all in the subtle ways you use it, isn't it? I love reverb. Can be really nice. But if it's overdone, then yeah, it can get, like with anything really, isn't it? I find it loses its effect, you know. If you overdo something, it loses its effect, right? It's like do you ever know someone that just swears a lot, you know? Someone well, just one of these people that just swears every like sentence, you know, and then other people that just never swear, you know, and suddenly these people that never swear and they suddenly swear at something, you're like, whoa, calm down, you know. It's like it has a dramatic effect, whereas the person that swears all the time suddenly, you know, swears again. It's like, well, you say it all the time, so it loses its effect, you know. If you know what I'm trying to say. It's this kind of thing, you know. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the volume pedal to the front, to the beginning. Maybe add something like a distortion or something, I don't know. And then I'm going to play one song. And then I'm going to end because I'm getting tired. I don't know about anybody else. I don't know, what time is it, wherever you are. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Because it's getting late here. It's coming up to 11 fairly soon. So, you know, that's my bedtime. But it is a Saturday night, so, you know, I I can't complain too much. All right, I'll just do this quickly. I'll change it over. If you've got any questions, I see there's a question there by Many Vibes. Have you played with... oh, you asked me that. It's like a digital clone thingy. It's past my bedtime. I know. It's past my bedtime. It's 3:43 p.m. there. Yeah, you're in the States, huh? Many Vibes. Are you? That sounds like it's the US sort of time. Yeah, that's great. It's pretty late here. Only me and Cinderella. Yeah, I'll turn into a pumpkin if I don't go to bed before 12. No, it's you know, it's also partly my son. He gets me up at really ridiculous. It's always the thing. He doesn't want to get up when he has to go to nursery, or we call it Kita here in Germany. But he at the weekend he gets me up so early. He tries to get me up. I'm getting tired just thinking about it, to be honest. He gets me up. He gets really annoys me to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning. So that's why I'm like, oh, it's getting late. But no. Let me do this. Let me change over. I just wanted to answer the question about like a digital clone thingy. Is that like a digital pedal? So something like you would use like an iPad or a laptop sort of thing. Is that what it is? I'm still confused. Sorry. Hold on. I just got to make sure I've muted these things. Yeah, I have. All right. Here we go. Okay, so I'm putting... I am going... Let's put a distortion pedal on. Why not? Should I put a distortion pedal after reverb or before? Probably before reverb, right? Why would I put it on after reverb? That seems silly. Does seem silly, doesn't it? Anybody else use distortion with acoustic guitar? Or is it just me? I know this is a Behringer distortion. All you electric guitarists are probably rolling your eyes like, what's that doing there? Get that out my sight. That's why I usually hide it under here, you know, because I am embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I admit it. But, you know, I've shown it to the world now. I've got like I think this is like 29 euros or something next to like a 200 euro pedal. Doesn't seem right, does it? Just doesn't seem right. Anyway, no, the reason, can I just explain myself again? The reason I'm using this is I'm just trying out distortion, you know? I'm like, I don't want to spend too much on a distortion pedal if I don't like it, you know? So that's why I went for this. So that's me explaining myself. So don't judge me. Please don't. I need another power for that one. But I find a little bit of distortion, you know, can kind of make things a bit interesting with acoustic, as long as it's done in a subtle way. And if you combine it with an acoustic sound, you know, so don't forget, I'm still keeping this sort of acoustic sound, the dry sound, let's call it, with the with just the EQ and reverb here mixed in with these other sounds, you know. You're blending it, and I've got the microphone as well, you know. So I find if you blend like a clean sound with a wet sound, it can be really nice, you know. Is that a looper? No. Is it this one you're talking about, or this one? They're both reverb pedals. Hall of Fame. That's the Hall of Fame Mini. Really nice reverb pedal. I just got another reverb from Fishman. But anybody else use loopers? I don't actually use a looper. I've tried loop pedals. I just can't get the hang of them. I don't know why. Just my music, it just doesn't suit it. They're fun, and I really enjoy them when I'm using them, but I can't find a way to actually create a song with it, you know, that feels like me. Does that make sense? Does anybody else struggle with loopers? Loop pedals? Or does everybody else use them? I struggle. But they are fun. They're super fun, and you know, if you can make it work, then great. All right, this is a super ugly looking, messy looking pedal board. But there we go, we have it. Distortion on. Let's put a bit of delay on as well. Why not? It's when I have a setup like this, it doesn't really matter how much the wet side of things have. It's because I can control it all with the volume pedal. Let's have a listen. Hold on. I'm not plugged in properly. What's going on? Okay. See, I always confuse myself here. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing with cables and pedals and everything everywhere? Right, that's going in there. What did I want it? No, I didn't want it last. I wanted it first, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I get it now. So, yeah. Doing that. So it's the second signal of the preamp is going into the volume pedal. Again at the front at the front first. Is that right? And then out of the volume. Here we go. Out of the volume into the delay, which is the first chain of the wet stuff. There we go. That should be right. So now I'm controlling everything that's going into the wet signal. So it should be kind of more natural sounding. Let's have a listen. Some reason I can't hear it. Hold on. What's going on? Yeah, I should be able to. This always happens sometimes. Now I'm not hearing the wet signal. Hold on. 1 second. Anybody else have this have this problem of like when you get confused about things and then you need to let's go through again. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, that works. Should be working. The last thing to do is to check the cable. Maybe it's a cable. Sometimes these cables, you never know. Ah, I know what it was. One of the cables was not pressed in properly. Here we go. Anybody else have that? Look, I'll do a... There we go. You see that? That's the sucker. Not pressed in properly. Boom. There you go. All right. Let's see if this works. No, still not. Strange. Strange. Going through. And see, now I'm thinking, maybe it wasn't a good idea that I build my pedal board live on a live stream. But you know, this is part of it. It's like what do we do? Let's go through things and make sure that everything is working properly. And the only thing I haven't tried is like or tested is some of these cables. That's why I don't buy Behringer. Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's that's the only thing I haven't I've just changed really is the distortion pedal. I always find it's like a process of elimination, you know. All right, let's try this. You know, the more complicated you have a setup, the more that can go wrong. The more cables you have, the more things that can go wrong. So there is something to say for like a super simple setup of just when at the beginning of this live stream, I was talking about like just using, sometimes I just went straight from my pickup into a simple preamp and a DI box. and that's it. And it always worked. I never had any problems, you know. So there is something to be said for that. No, it must be how I have some the volume pedal set up. One way I could test it is just going straight in. Here we go. 1 second. Straight into the guitar. See, that also doesn't work. I feel like I can't end this stream without me fixing this problem, because, you know, it's it might be useful to people to see how I fix this problem. All right. So I know that it must be working because I had it working a minute ago before I decided to change things up. So let's try it again. If it gets too late, I'm just gonna give up. Maybe the troubleshooter. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I am today. I'm a troubleshooter. All right. So this works. This is like the basic signal, the dry signal. Okay. Now I'm going to test whether this cable, which is just the cable going straight in. Yeah. That probably works. Yeah. Now that works. Okay, now I know these cables work. It's, you know, it really is just process of elimination. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to test each little bit I'm going to test now just the volume, because what I haven't tested, literally just the volume. So we're going to go from the tuner output, the second output on the preamp, just through the volume pedal. And that works. Okay. So now I know that the volume pedal works. So now I just need to go through each step and each process. Okay, that volume pedal works. So now let's go to the delay pedal again. I'll mute it, because I don't want any pops or anything while I'm going through things. So, you know, is this how everyone else does it, right? Sometimes I find myself pulling my hair out when I can't find the solution to the problem, you know. That's why I can't end this stream until I fixed it. So, you know, you just gotta bear with me. You just gotta stick it out together. All right, so now I'm going straight. I don't know if you can see that through. Let me just do the other bigger screen, so ignore these ones for now. I'm just literally going preamp out the second output to my volume pedal, and then the volume pedal will be going into this, and this is just going straight into the audio interface. This is the audio interface cable. I know that works because I tested it. So this should work. So now I need to cable going into this one. Which is cables everywhere. Cables everywhere. Right, here we go. This will drive me crazy if it doesn't work. I will I don't know what I'll do. Let's test this now. Go to this one. Here we go. So yeah, some delay. Okay, that's definitely some delay happening, and I control it with the volume. So the tail still happens, but obviously, yeah, the volume pedal is kind of controlling what goes in to the wet signal, which is at the moment just delay. Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. So now I'll mute that again. I'll take this out. This is the main cable that goes to the audio interface. I'm just going to put this straight into the Blue Sky, because I'm pretty sure there's no problems with that. And I'm going to see if just that works. Let's try it. Haha, it doesn't work, which actually tells me something, that is a problem with this cable. So remember when I talked about cheap cables? I just use cheap cables. There's a problem with this cable, so throw that away. Let's get another cable. Okay, this is my theory. I'm actually going to try it with the Behringer now. I know. But this is my theory, that it was a faulty cable, and all right, here we go. Let's hopefully get something. That was quite loud. Apologize for that. Yes. All right. Yes. Woo. Okay. So that's how you fix or work out what's going on. Just a process of elimination. Just takes a while. I happen to have done it on a live stream, but you know, it's all about we learn, and hopefully this helped someone. If there's anyone still staying on this live stream. Oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna do one more song, and then I'm gonna go to bed, I think. Cheap cables, you know, they work until they don't. That should be the phrase of today's live stream. It's always, if you do use cheap cables, then just make sure you got lots of spare ones, you know. But as you just saw, it takes a long time to work out which is the broken one, you know, in your signal chain. So I think it's just worth maybe not having not having cheap ones in the end. All right, here we go. That was really loud now. Let me change this distortion. So I just basically want a tiny bit of distortion, not too much. Let's have a listen to it again. Not too much delay. All right, something like that. Here we go. All right, if you got any last questions, anything you want to ask me, or anything I didn't answer, you can ask again if I missed it. Sorry for all that faffing around, but, you know, needs to be done sometimes. And it's all a bit of an experiment, this live stream. So we'll see. Okay. Yeah, let's do that one. I'll do a song called The River, which is, I really like to do this song. And it works a lot with like some of these bigger extreme kind of effects. I used to actually live on a boat. I used to live on a narrow boat in London for years, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I built this half-sinking boat for really cheap. But I rebuilt the whole thing and learned as I was going on, and completely rebuilt the inside. I was living on basically a wreck for like 5 years until I finished building it. And then along the way, I kind of met a few of these people, and this song is about a few of these people that I met on the river along the way whilst living on a boat. Just add a bit of touch of reverb to my vocals. Here we go. It's called The River. She's a drunk, middle-aged monk. She had children when she was too young. Now it's something you might be surprised. 3 different kids from 3 different guys. She spends her time drinking away, drinking special brew every day. How did she end up this way? People walking past would say
just a bunch of river rats. He's a loner, he's a no-man, an old boater that used to have plans. Now all he has is a very long beard, keeping him awake. Oh, these tears. He has one friend in all the world, his old dog with a long grey curls. He never sees the light of day, just waiting for time to pass away. Down by the river, you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river, we all are just a bunch of He's a dad, he's a nice guy, a young father that doesn't know why he can't see his poor little son, because all these things this kid's mother has done. He has no money, no job, he'd do anything to earn a few bob. Look at him and you might judge that all he feels for his son is love. Down by the river, you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river, we all are just a bunch of That was The River. All right, it is past 11 o'clock. It's time to end it for me.
I'll just look at any of the, if anybody has any questions or anything like this. I'll go straight into it. Oh yeah. I'm still can't work out how to get rid of this this thing that Apple does. Is if you do a thumbs up, you see these thumbs up that came. I'll just do one again. Here we go. Bosh, thumbs up. And if you do this, yeah, confetti. Maybe I should keep that in. All right, let me look at the comments here. Gij says, personally, I use magnetic pickup with built-in microphone to get the best of the pedals. Yeah, absolutely. I used a built-in microphone as well, and a magnetic pickup. I've used that as well. It can be really great. Absolutely, for sure. Anything where you're blending a pickup with a microphone, it's a win, I think, for sure. Divided by Time Studio says, I currently have an Anthem SL, but I feel it's best for pure clean signal. So for gain and pedals, etc. Yeah. Pure clean signal can be great as well, you know. I think if you can experiment with combining it with a microphone somehow, you can get internal microphones, you know, especially if you're standing up. But, you know, I use this small diaphragm condenser on stage. It's a Neumann KM184, but there's, you know, you don't have to get this one particularly, although it's really good. But there are other ones as well that you can get that are a bit cheaper, but if you want to experiment. And yeah, absolutely. G says, yes, exactly. I got the Just Pro GCA1 and it's very impressive. Okay, I haven't heard of that one. Got to look at that. Just Pro GCA1. Yeah, great. Prefer it to the Fishman. All right, nice. Yeah, I had the Fishman Rare Earth blend system for a while. I find I'm changing pickups every so often, you know. I've had this one, the K&K Pure Mini, for a while now. Great. All right. Thank you, everyone, for this live stream. It's been fun. It's been educational for me, especially. But I think I've got to end it because it's after 11 here in Berlin. Yeah, so I appreciate everyone that comes to these live streams. If you want to join the community, I have like a community where I send out emails and videos. I know Many Vibes, if you're still here, I know you had problems connecting. I couldn't find you on the email list. If you can try and sign up again, if Many Vibes is the name that you used, if you can try and sign up again, then I can find you for that. Sorry if there's any problems there, but if anybody wants to join, there's a link in the description down below. It's totally free, and it's a community all about mainly acoustic guitar, singer-songwriters, recording, songwriting, guitar techniques, all this sort of stuff. So I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you again in the next one very soon. Bye-bye.